I've been having kind of a hard time finding a good budget sailcloth strap. And so today we're moving out of the budget category and looking at a more premium option. We're going to be checking out some sailcloth straps from Artem Watch Straps. Additionally, one of you lucky guys will be winning one of these straps. So Artem has agreed to sponsor a giveaway. So they will be giving the winner a choice of watch straps in the size that they want. I think right now they offer it in 20 and 22 millimeter. However, in the future, they're going to be coming out with a 21 and 23 millimeter versions as well. Get into all those details in a minute, but first, why don't you take a quick look at the straps. Hi guys, my name's Dave. Welcome back to Just the Watch. This is the budget watch collecting channel where I like to talk about everything related to watch collecting on a budget. And like I said today we're going to be taking a look at some premium straps from Artem. Artem is a new kind of micro brand strap company made by a couple of guys that were maybe in a similar position to me where they were looking for a great high quality sailcloth strap and weren't able to quite find what they were looking for a reasonable price. So they started producing their own. Now, as I said, these are premium straps. They're straps that are designed to go with luxury watches. They're something that would look right at home on a Rolex or an Omega Speedmaster. And to reflect that, they are coming in at significantly more than what you would typically find in sort of the budget strap category. $85 is a lot of money to spend on a strap. And these are more expensive than the straps I typically review on the channel, but the quality is way better than any of the other sailcloth straps that I have tested before. If you have a watch in your collection that you really like and that you think a sailcloth strap would look good on, this is the kind of investment that might make sense even for people who have a budget watch collection. So let's go ahead and check out these straps. Before I go any further, I do want to let you guys know that these straps were given to me by Artem for free. I do get to keep them after the review is done. However, as always, I will be giving my complete and honest review of the product. Again, stick around to the end of the video and I'll tell you guys how you can win one of these straps in the giveaway. So with all that said, let's go ahead and take a close look at them. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over the straps in detail. We'll take a close look at the quality and construction, and then we're going to try them on a couple of different watches because I think sailcloth is kind of a unique material for straps. You don't see it very commonly, and you might wonder exactly what kind of watches this is going to look best with. At least that's what I was wondering. So I've got a couple of dive watches, a chronograph, field watch, kind of a dress watch. We'll try it on a bunch of different things and see how they look, and you guys can judge for yourself, but I'll also give my opinion on which watches I think these look good on. Okay, but to start, let's take a look at the strap material and get kind of an idea for what we have here. So this sailcloth is, I believe it's a nylon-based material. It has a very kind of glossy finish to it, and it actually repels water pretty well. Like the whole idea of sailcloth is it's meant to be made out of the material that sails on boats are made out of. It kind of gives you this idea of something that should be waterproof, it should be weatherproof, it should be tough and durable, and yet have that kind of aesthetic that reminds you of sailing and sort of connects you with that. And overall, I think what sailcloth straps tend to offer is a great balance between something that looks a little bit on the dressy side. You know, you think of sailing as kind of a rich guy's hobby, and so I think it kind of pulls in a little bit of that, but then also something that is rugged and has a good water resistance. So you get kind of a cross between something like a leather dress strap and like a sports waterproof strap. And these, I think, really embody that to the fullest. Sailcloth straps, you usually see them on higher end luxury watches, especially ones of this quality. And these are far superior to the budget sailcloth cloths that I have tested. And I have been looking for a good sailcloth strap for particularly these two watches. This one here is the SPINNAKER Fluce, which is a Blancpain 50 Fathoms homage. And Blancpain is actually famous for using sailcloth straps. So this one came on a leather strap. I wanted to get it to look more like the Blancpain, so I always thought it'd be cool to get on a sailcloth strap. And it looks great on this sailcloth strap. I think it's a perfect match for this. But I had a hard time finding a good sailcloth strap at an affordable price range. Now, these are not in the affordable price range. However, again, the quality is far superior to any of the $20, $30 sailcloth straps that I have tested so far. Let's talk first about these holes here. You can see they are just cut out absolutely perfectly, and there's not a single thread out of place. It's pretty amazing how nicely these are cut. I don't know how they've done it, because the other sailcloth straps that I have tried, they get a little bit of fraying almost instantly, and they start to come apart. Yeah, so really good job there. I've had these for a week or so and been testing them out. No problems at all. Another thing about these is the backing. So all of the other sailcloth straps that I've tried come with a leather backing, which is, feels nice and it's a good material, but leather, if you put leather on a strap, it instantly reduces its water resistance. It's not going to be very water resistant. So this is not a leather backing. This is some kind of a synthetic or artificial material that allows the strap to actually be used in the water. Now, these are not dive straps. They're not meant to be for diving. But, I think, if this is like a sailcloth strap, if it's the idea of a good strap for sailing, what you would want is something that's going to look nice, something that has a good amount of water resistance. And if you need to go in the water, you're not going to have a problem with that. And I think that's what these offer. I took it in the water just a little bit just to test it out, and it performed really well. It was really comfortable. It dried fast. It didn't feel soggy or wet when I got out, and didn't seem any worse for wear. So I think you get a decent amount of water resistance from these straps. This particular one is the 22 millimeter version, and you can get it in sort of white contrast stitching. The other one I have is a black stitching. So you can see both in there. The black definitely has a sleeker look. I feel like the contrast stitching gives a little bit more of a sporty look. So you can get in that. They're going to be offering some new colors and sizes. So right now they have it in 20 or 22 are the two options you get, but they said they're going to be making a 21 millimeter and a 23 millimeter coming out, and then they'll introduce some new thread colors as well, so they'll be getting there. They come with a very nice buckle as well. See, the buckle is signed with their logo, alternating brushing and polishing, and just overall really good quality hardware on there. We'll start with putting this one on the wrist. I'll talk a little bit about how I think it looks. Okay, so here it is again, paired off with that Spinnaker fleece, and you can see it just has a really great texture and sheen to it. It really reflects light in kind of interesting ways because of that gloss to it. This is a heavily padded strap as well, so it's got a lot of depth, and it just really looks good. It's a very good looking strap. It's also very comfortable. They advertise on their site that these straps require 0 break-in, and that is only a slight exaggeration. These are very flexible out of the box. Again, much more flexible than any other sailcloth that I have tried. I wouldn't quite say they're 0 break-in, but I feel like even after just a couple days, they're pretty well broken already, and they do fit very well. So first pairing here is with a kind of a dive watch vintage style, and it is a great look. You're getting a good amount of water resistance. This is something that you could go swimming in and not have too much of an issue, but for most part, it's just going to look great on the watch, and it just really matches, I think, the character of the watch as well. Getting that connection to sort of nautical activities with the sailcloth material and the water resistance that it offers with a nautical watch. And that brings us to the second watch that I really wanted to pair a sailcloth strap up with, which is this Laco Casablanca. Now, this watch by Laco is a deck watch. It is a kind of a recreation of German naval watches. So this is something that I definitely think really fits the sailcloth theme. I think just thematically, sailcloth is the perfect match for this watch. And aesthetically, it looks great too. This one came on a black leather strap, and I always felt like, again, this is supposed to be a sailing watch. Having a waterproof strap would be a better fit for it, and I think sailcloth is, the perfect one, and I'm really happy with the way this looks. You see the black one has a little bit more of a sleeker look with those black threads, so very nice, stylish look. Maybe this one with the black threads is a little bit dressier. So if you're looking for a dressier looking watch, maybe black threads is the way to go. But I really like that kind of shimmer to it, just that texture that it has. It's different from canvas straps. It's different from, like typical nylon NATO straps. It's different from leather straps. It definitely has a character of its own. All right, let's go ahead and move through the other watches that I have and try pairing them up. Now, I did get these ones on quick release. They offer them in either quick release or non-quick release. So you got an option there. So if you have like a Seiko diver or something that doesn't play well with quick release spring bars, you can get it without, and you'll be good to go there. Okay, so we had on one diver. Let's go ahead and put it on kind of this bronze Aquatico diver. Give you an idea on how it might match with the bronze watch, because finding a good strap for a bronze case watch is always a difficulty, and I think this is a great option, especially for a diver. A lot of bronze dive watches come on leather straps, which don't offer much water resistance. So if you want something that keeps with the character of a diver, and yeah, it's going to match well. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a bronze buckle, so it's a bit of a mismatch there, but even still, I feel like this wears really well, and I like the way that it looks, just color-wise and the texture and everything. I think it matches with this kind of green and bronze theme pretty well. So I think that's a cool option. Okay, so it makes sense that these play well with nautical themed watches, dive watches, that sort of thing, but what about a space watch? Well, I think this actually works really well too. Here I have it with the Bulova Lunar Pilot, kind of a sporty chronograph with some space heritage. And because this is a kind of sort of, nylon sort of base material, I think it actually looks really good. I love how that sheen to it really matches the character of the watch as kind of like a, as a space watch. For some reason, I think that just works really well, and it just looks great with this Bulova chronograph watch. Also quite comfortable on the wrist as well. So I think for chronographs, I think this, sort of cloth material works well. Chronographs tend to be a little bit sporty, and I think that the material used in these straps matches well with those sorts of watches. So I actually really like it on the Lunar Pilot as well. All right, next up we have it on a field watch. Here it is on the Hamilton Khaki King. And I think this is actually another great pairing as well. I think field watches, you often pair them up with nylon straps or cloth straps, canvas straps. And this just kind of looks like a sort of a fancier canvas strap. And functionally, I think it's a great match for a field watch. It's something that is rugged. It's something that has some water resistance. It's something that you could totally take out hiking and go around with, and it would, I think, work and perform pretty well. And it does look good as well. That said, it's not my favorite look for the Hamilton Khaki King. I think it works good. I think it matches. But yeah, I think I would usually prefer maybe like a leather strap or even a NATO strap, depending on whether I wanted to dress this up or down. This kind of in the middle look with the sailcloth on the Khaki King. Yeah, it's okay. But that'll be, maybe personal preference. Some of you guys might have difference of opinions on that. All right, last up is going to be the oddest pairing, because this is one, a dress watch, and two, it is a dress watch that costs less than the strap. That said, I think it actually looks kind of cool. Let's go ahead and throw this on the wrist. So like I said, I think Sailcloth kind of combines some of the sportiness of a nylon strap and the dressiness of a leather strap in kind of a cool combination. So when you put it on a dress watch, it definitely makes the dress watch look a little bit more sporty than if you had on a leather strap, and yet it doesn't look, like you've thrown a NATO on it. It looks more cleaned up than that, a little bit more refined. And I think that's another kind of cool look that works. Again, this is, getting to maybe one of my least favorite uses for the strap. I probably wouldn't put it on a dress watch unless it was a dress watch with like high water resistance, maybe something from Certina or some of the other brands that do dress watches with lots of water resistance. Then it makes sense to have the option of putting it on a water resistant strap in case you're going to be doing some activity where you're going to be near the water and you want to have that sort of peace of mind that if you had to go in the water, you could. So I like having that as an option, and it's not a bad look. It's it's kind of a cool look there. But again, maybe an odd pairing, putting an $80 strap on a $60 watch. So we've gone over how great these straps are. Let's talk about the flip side, which is the price. I think if you would have handed me one of these straps and asked me to look at it without telling me how much they cost, I would definitely look at it as, you know, a premium strap, that it was something that's, you know, probably meant for luxury watches. And then if after that you told me the cost of the watch, I would probably think, well, that's actually cheaper than I expected it to be, but more expensive than I hoped it would be. And actually that probably means that they're pricing it pretty well. I talked a little bit to the guys at Artem about their pricing structure and got a little bit of insight into that. They said that the strap that they kind of had in mind, that they were sort of trying to compete against in a way, is the Blancpain 50 Fathoms OEM Sailcloth strap. Now that strap, I searched around online. I found used ones going for around $350. I think new ones were closer to $500. So it's a very expensive strap. And yet I think this strap would work just as well on a Blancpain 50 Fathoms as the OEM strap. I mean, obviously I don't know that for sure because I can't directly compare it, but I have a hard time imagining how the 50 Fathom strap could actually be better than this one. Again, this one has pretty much everything I could hope for from a sailcloth strap. It looks fantastic, great quality, great feel. The only thing that I haven't been able to test it for is longevity, because I've only had the straps for a couple of weeks, and this is a fairly new company. So that's always sort of the wild card in a lot of these things. But yeah, that's kind of how it goes. If you compare it to an OEM luxury strap, it's just a fantastic, phenomenal deal. If you compare it to, you know, typical budget watch straps, it's kind of a really expensive stretch. So that'll depend on each one of you guys, whether this is something that's worth it for you, or if you have a watch that you really feel you want to invest this kind of money into putting a strap on. Now, all that aside, let's talk about how you can win one of these straps in case you don't want to spend the money on one. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is drop a comment down below, comment giveaway on it, and then tell me which watch you would put this strap on. I'll leave the giveaway running for 2 weeks from the time that this video is posted, and then I'll announce the winner. The winner will have another 2 weeks to get in contact with me. If you don't get in contact with me within those 2 weeks, I will select a different winner, and so on until we get someone who actually claims the prize. So if you enter the giveaway, I would highly recommend that you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll see the giveaway announcement so you can claim your prize if you win. Otherwise, you might forget to check and miss it, and it'll go to someone else. And again, the prize that you're getting is that you will get to select the strap that you want, so the size and the color combinations, and then Artem will send it directly from them to you. This is great because right now I'm having a really hard time running giveaways from here in Japan because of the way the postal service is working. So I'm really excited that Artem is willing to facilitate this, because I haven't been able to do giveaways, so it's cool that I can do this one and that they're willing to partner with me in that. Anyways, all that said, thank you guys for watching. That will wrap it up for today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.